Very recently I had my wilderness iATAK out on the salt water. Once I got back, it was time to rinse it down with some fresh water. Living like I do, I don't have a contemporary hose like everyone else. I have to sort of make my own. So if I can do it, so can you. I plug a battery into a pump, and there you go, we have water. I didn't really get the seat wet, so I didn't see a reason to rinse that down. And under the seat, there's a scupper plug. Not something you would expect to see in an inflatable. Certainly makes washing everything down a lot easier. The plastic this boat is made of comes clean very easily. And just like a regular kayak, it's pretty important to rinse everything off when you get back home. With a little bit of help, I got most of the water to drain out of the scupper plug. And then it was time to just dry it off using a little shop rag. Because this boat's going to be folded up and put away in a bag, I think it's also a good idea to let the sun dry it out, maybe even for a whole day. Now to get the air out of this thing. The pump not only can inflate, but if you attach the hose to the other side, it can deflate the boat for you. It might be a good idea to hit that button first to get most of the air out before you attach the pump though. There's so much air in this thing, the pump handle almost knocked me in the chin. It is astonishing how much air can be put inside these drop stitch boats. Anyway, I took a little bit of the air out of the other chamber. Before long, I realized that in order to fold this up, I would have to carry it over to someplace flat and clean, so I didn't deflate it all the way. This boat's extremely lightweight, obviously, and has an amazing capacity. My dog does not seem to really care. In the bag that it comes with, there are instructions which say yada yada yada, yak yak yak. I probably should have paid attention to that. Again, I'm using the deflate side of the pump to get all the air out of this. If I had just pressed that button on the relief valve with my hand, most of the air would have come out to a point. Using the pump quickly gets all of the air out. This step is easier than blowing it up. And then once it's deflated, it's time to take all the little bits and pieces off of it. Whatever accessories you have on there. The accessory bar. That came off nice and easy. It's also a good idea to reach in between the chambers at this point to dry it out completely, if you haven't already. Now, about those instructions. Yes. Had I read them properly, maybe I would have realized beforehand that, oh yeah, the skag has to come off. But I was able to catch that in time. Still, it didn't fit in the bag. Quite possibly because this was my first time putting it away. yeah, that's it. After I took it apart, I realized I had forgotten to take the foot pegs off. Something necessary if you want to fold this thing up properly. This time I was able to get one more fold out of it, and that made it a proper size. Now it was able to fit inside the bag just fine. This step might be a little easier with two people, but by myself, for the very first time, I didn't have much trouble at all. Here you can see there are straps built into the inside of the bag that help compress it. And now the zipper closes easy peasy. Put the instructions away and you're ready to pick it up and walk to wherever. At 5'5", 140 pounds, I was able to do it nice and easy. Thanks for the day on the water, iATAK.
Well, I gotta admit that is a little extra work compared to just having a regular kayak. However, if I had an apartment or something, this thing would fit right in the closet, or, I mean, you could store it in the trunk of your car. You don't even need a pickup truck. So if this type of thing enables somebody to get out on the water, then as far as I'm concerned, it's priceless. If you're an avid angler and you really like to get out there and paddle around instead of just sitting on the shore and waiting for the fish to come to you, this might be right up your alley. Can your kayak do that? Catch you later.